changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WUB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must be happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place so calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is to show my people. Believe our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, consent. gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show, my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that will happen wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. Belize, another day is here. Wake up Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Wake up Belize, another day is here. Wake up Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, another day is here. Wake up Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, voice our opinion and place your calling, WUB. Get up, make every day count, don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time? Call in, it's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up Belize, another day is here. Wake up Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, everybody.
This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on a Friday morning, the 12th day of June 2026. I'm Nuri Mohammed and we welcome you to the program. We start off as usual with our preliminaries, that is looking at the weather. Today we have Miss Catherine Kamabach. So let's go to her now.
Belize, moist and unstable conditions linger. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with cloudy spells. Showers or thunderstorms will be generally isolated except for the north, where a few more can be expected during the daytime. High temperatures today will range from 87 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 92 inland and 82 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be cloudy at times, along with a few showers and thunderstorms to develop mainly along coastal areas late night and tomorrow morning. Low temperatures tonight will be 82 along coastal areas to 74 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. The wind will blow from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots and the sea state will be moderate to rough. A small craft caution remains in effect for occasionally gusty winds and locally rough seas. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. A high tide will occur at 6:42 this morning, a low at 2:23 p.m., a high at 8:49 tonight, and a low at 1:24 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:17 and will set at 27 minutes past 6. The moon set at 4 minutes past 4 this evening and rise at 3:30 a.m. The outlook for Saturday and Saturday night is for cloudy skies at times, along with a few outbreaks of showers and thunderstorms to develop mainly along coastal areas during Saturday morning. Thereafter, shower activity will become generally isolated. In the sargassum forecast, satellite imagery and forecast models are suggesting that a significant amount of sargassum could be heading towards the northern and central parts of the country. This could potentially result in major impacts on coastal destinations in those areas. And in the tropical weather outlook, no tropical cyclone formation is expected over or near Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, We conclude your morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
The Trump administration has been pressuring countries in the region to scale back or to end cooperation with Cuba as part of its broader efforts to weaken the country's communist government and force regime change. This includes targeting Cuba's medical cooperation agreements to provide medical assistance, classifying the various programs as forced labor and human trafficking. Several countries have since agreed to halt the medical programs. Belizean officials have acknowledged receiving similar pressures and have said that contingency plans are being explored through, though the government has not publicly announced any formal decisions to end the partnership. Yesterday, however, Catherine Beamer, the charge d'affaires at the U.S. Embassy in Belize, told the media the U.S. is supportive of Belize's decision to, quote, wind down the program. She was also asked about the humanitarian aid Belize shipped along with Mexico to assist the Cuban people. Attorney General Anthony Sylvester Jr. confirmed yesterday that the appointment of a new ombudsman has been delayed as government reviews how to incorporate the National Human Rights Institution, NHRI, into the ombudsman's office. This is different from the option of establishing a standalone commission. Sylvester says such a transition may require revisiting the qualifications for the ombudsman and that the Prime Minister has indicated that the post may need to be filled by an attorney. However, in 1993, Paris Principles, which guides the establishment and accreditation of the NHRI, do not prescribe professional qualifications for the head of the institution. While Belize may make a policy decision, many countries in the NHRI incorporated into the Ombudsman's office do not have attorney at its helm. The Paris Principles directed that institution should reflect diverse representations from civil society and social.
The delay, which is regrettable in terms of the appointment of the ombudsman, it is not something that certainly we wanted. It's as a result of the process that now follows incorporating a National Human Rights Institute in the Office of the Ombudsman. So the proposed creation and establishment of a National Human Rights Institute is one which would further extend the functions and responsibilities of the Ombudsman Office. That includes promoting and addressing human rights issues, as well as providing as well issues relating to the education and advocacy of human rights. So there is a working team that has been established, which includes both private sector, social partners, and persons from the Ministry of some various government ministries. My understanding is that they meet Monday to continue that process in terms of trying to formalize how do we do this. Because what will necessarily follow from this is that the qualification of the ombudsman, they need to change. So these are things which regrettably and unfortunately have delayed the process. But what I can say is that we're moving as fast and as quickly as possible. Obviously not to the satisfaction, understandably so, of persons who are concerned. But
that argument is actually fallacious, because if you actually read the annual report from the Ombudsman for 2023, it was never intended for the head of the NHRI to replace the Ombudsman. Rather, it was meant for that institution to fall under the office of the Ombudsman. So there is nothing that explains the reason why there's no Ombudsman at this time.
So I usually am in agreement with most of what you say, Marisol, but I have to respectfully disagree with you. Just explain, and I'll repeat it again. The functions and additional duties of the Ombudsman, if a National Human Rights Institute is to be incorporated, will be extremely, it will be more than double of the work what currently exists.
So you have a co-person who heads the institute under the Ombudsman.
Allow me to finish. So that is a suggestion that certainly can be taken on board. But the point is that in terms of how the office will proceed moving forward, that is a determination that is being made, not by government, but as I explained to you, a number of persons, including civil society. There is nothing to be gained by moving fast, establishing an office, passing legislation with what is thought to be or is hoped to be something that will work, and it can't work.
Like the Prime Minister, the Attorney General affirms that the staff of the Ombudsman's office can assist people with their complaints despite the office of the Ombudsman being vacant. The former Ombudsman indicated, however, that there were limitations. Here is how our exchange went with the AG yesterday.
As explained by the Honorable Prime Minister, the office still exists. You still have all the different officers of the office, and those functions still can be addressed.
The former ombudsman has explained that without an ombudsman appointed, no actual investigation can start. So the staff there currently can only receive and file those complaints, but it does not proceed from there. So not having an ombudsman at this point hurts everyone.
We do not wish to go into a back and forth with respect to what the former ombudsman has said and what is the state of affairs, and what I've explained already, that we are addressing the situation. I've explained already very clearly. You may not be convinced and an agreement that may be so, but I'm telling you without equivocation, categorically, that we are proceeding with the process, but before finalization can be done with respect to the appointment, these things have to be done.
We have since reviewed the Ombudsman Act, which states that the function of the Ombudsman can be performed by any member of his staff who is so authorized. However, there are key exceptions. These include determining if an investigation will be done or continued, issue findings and recommendations after an investigation, or refer misconduct or criminal matters for action, and also to submit annual or special reports to the National Assembly. The Ombudsman Act also states that when a vacancy arises in the office of the Ombudsman, the Governor General, based on the recommendation of the National Assembly, may designate a person to act in that office until a substantive appointment is made.
The opposition, Senator Sheena Pitts, has said that there should be someone acting as ombudsman when you don't have one, but neither has the government moved to do that?
Well, so again, the intention is to address the issue firstly of how the office moving forward will be actually staffed, how it will actually be how it will actually be incorporated with the National Human Rights with the National Human Rights Institute.
Yesterday, the Attorney General revealed that the cybercrime law may be challenged following their use by politicians who feel aggrieved by social media commentary, including from opponents.
As an attorney, someone who's defended constitutional rights heavily, how do you view the use of the cybercrime legislation by politicians to go after opponents and people who criticize them using satire as is being done now?
Well, firstly, I reject your characterization that it's been used in a way has been suggested. No, I need to point this out. So as Attorney General, we very recently were reminded by the Apex Court in a matter that they had the CCJ. So a party which had a matter before the court said, look, I really don't think that we'll be able to get much fairness in a process because of comments that the AG has made. And the Apex Court reminded that as Attorney General that there are certain restraint an Attorney General must make in terms of his comment, his or her comment, given that he is or she is the legal advisor of the government. So I will not comment any further, but to say that I've seen, I've heard that there may be a challenge to the cybercrime law, and so we'll address those when they are formally served on us.
The High Court has ruled that Joseph Budna's constitutional claim can proceed to trial in relation to his kidnapping in August. We asked the Attorney General if the government is exploring settling out of court.
We are still in the process of that. I believe yesterday there was a case management conference in terms of the time for filing of witness statements and other court documents. I don't recall the timelines offhand, but suffice it to say we are still in the process. And what I should point out to Business Public that as part of the court process, there are two very key, very important mechanisms that the court utilize. They utilize a mediation mechanism where they encourage parties to look, try to discuss and see if you could arrive at some resolution. They also use a mechanism known as a judicial settlement conference. That one, in my view, has more usefulness because what it does, it allows the parties to have a senior attorney, a senior counsel, explain to them and say, look, you file this constitutional claim, you file this claim, you're asking for XYZ. You file your defense and you're saying XYZ, but you both of you really may need to really rethink your position. So I think as part of that process, which comes a little ways on, we will be in a better position to know where we go with respect to
If you guys choose to go to trial, is it because the state is taking responsibility for what has all appearances of a high level cover up?
If we don't go to trial, no, I would not say that. I just explained, I think, the position with respect to what happens in court proceedings, and it's not necessarily a matter of based only on facts, but also based on the law. If it is that the court may say, but listen, see as what you may say, but these persons were police officers, and so you can't escape. We don't think that is the state of the law at this point in time, but we'll see.
And that is our news package for this morning, the 12th day of June 2026. There's more news coming up a little bit after 12 this afternoon after the morning stew. There's another update at 3 o'clock, and at 5:15 there's a full news broadcast on Creme Radio. Here on XTV, we bring you the entire news package at 6 o'clock this evening. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back, open up the phone lines. As we said, we do have a guest coming in after 2 cents scam this morning. Please stay tuned.
Informative, accurate, current information. CREM's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Get ready, Belize! Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast. Tender, juicy chicken and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Friday morning. It's the 12th day of June 2026. I'm your host this morning, Nuri Mohammed. Our numbers here, 280-5848, and you're welcome to call. Yesterday we were able to take some calls, but not all. If you want to make a call this morning, please do. We do have a guest coming in a little bit later. Dr. Medina will join us again. You know, he's the psychologist that revealed quite a bit in his last discussion with us on mental health. And mental health is an issue that we have to continue to discuss because I think it is not deeply understood by most of us. The ordinary of us tend to think the crazy man walking through the street, and we put a bad name on him. We watch sometimes the homeless that are sitting in different places, and we don't know the story. We don't know if that person is like that because of some biological reason why his brain is not functioning properly, or is there some trauma in his early life that he was not able to overcome? Is it an addiction problem? There are so many different angles to understand some of what we see out there that we refer to as crazy. It's a bad name for it also. In fact, internationally, they don't refer to people with mental issues as crazy. Crazy was a term from last century when we didn't understand what was going on in mental health. Yes, greetings, welcome.
Greetings, Brother Nuri.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Blessings to the entire country of Belize.
Indeed.
And respect to all the people who expose corruption in this country.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, nobody will disrespect this country than the people where we put there to serve.
Yeah.
And the government of Belize and the people of Belize should not be two different entities. We supposed to then make the government of Belize say a word party about government of Belize because then it differentiate themselves from the taxpayers. They have, when they talk about government of Belize, we need to change that and put the people of Belize, because the people of Belize have all these beautiful streets, all these beautiful bridges, all these, everything within this country that the taxpayer, who is the people of Belize, pay for all these things from we get independence and beyond.
Yeah.
44 years after.
Yeah.
And the people who sell out this country believe that they own one thing what they call the cabal, the Belizean cabal. That's why Mr. Oscar Myra could say he got 30 family members. I heard it from many politicians when they get in a power that they want to build a dynasty. They want to build a cabal. And Belize, we have a cabal here. But you know who will lead the cabal? Somebody with a name Faya. We're bringing all these people from the union, from the political people, the rich, and they use the least small man, the bottom, and bring them in the cabal too, but they don't have nothing to gain. When the least small man, they get sick, they're just dead. Because you don't see no cabal can save them. You don't see no rich people can save them. That's why when Mr. William Dawson passed away, I was very mad because I don't know how money could come over on human life. Mr. Dawson supposed to get the best treatment in this country. But anytime these cabal members see it going down, they're not going to your aid. And I say this to all the people who believe they're in this Freemason with the G sign behind their vehicle. Oh no, that was planning in this game to slave the entire country. Oh no, that was planning in this game for when they done capture all of we in a digital ID and central bank digital currency. Because that's the way the politicians they have to sign up to at the end of the day. So they're so dumb, see. They don't know that for their whole life one depend in the blockchain now. That's the way you call down to. But again, just like the COVID shot, none of the politicians and none of the politicians pick me and none of the politicians family member took that COVID shot where they kill people today at an alarming rate, but nobody wants to talk about it. Not even the doctors, and some of the doctors get taken out by the C shot for 2020. But at the end of the day, bro, my people, we should not continue sleep. Mr. Mira, you need to resign ASAP so the country can move forward. Mr. Johnny Briceño, you need to remove yourself ASAP. So Colonel Hyde, and I think next in line is Mr. Francis Usher if Colonel Hyde not want it. And I doubt Karim Musa ready for the post because they run for a post. If you run for your post for police or you leave a post, you're gone. You know Karim Musa that one national youth movement if they complement the LIU. I told the government where the money will come from LIU. Belizean, don't mind your work and have something like Bolida and take for their tax money and put it to something. Belizean not like when you just take their tax money and do what you want with it. That's why I'm explain to the elites then at top that if we may have a midday drawing Bolida, all the money we could go to LIU and the youth movement. No, the government said this money they go to NHI, all this, but Belizean people play more. So listen to me, that whole Bolida thing, I'm very sad now that they take it from Brads because at the end of the day, nobody knows see where their money they go. No accountability. Then could say they know say put it there, and I just like social security. 30 million gone. The Belizean people for sit down and shut them out because one big rich one get it and they share up it amongst the rest. The Belizean people for shut up because they don't know what kind of money they spend on for that Bolida. Even the machine where they bring in our scamming machine,
Let me
they
say this,
know where they play.
Let me say this, River. It's been reported that the proceeds from the Bolida money, in fact, is going towards youth. And that is my understanding, that the youth department now under Minister Mala has a sizable budget. And that's why they're expanding basketball, football, and plans to do stadiums in different districts, etc. All of that is from the Bolida money, as I understand. So they're not all the money going to NHI. Some of the money also they stay with the youth department. That's my understanding. You got a different understanding?
Well, I study, my country, I study the people, I study the politicians, I study the wealthy.
No, I ask you specifically,
yeah,
can you
but
make the statement?
Scam. It's no different than social security.
No, but listen, I don't want to argue with you, but I'm saying that it was reported that proceeds from the Bolida money is also going to youth programs, and that Mala took some of that money and put it into starting, developing sports at the youth level in different districts. I saw a report on that not too long ago.
If he's saying to do that,
huh?
If Mala said he did
no, man, I tell you one report, a factual report, and not just he said that. This is a report.
Yeah, but nothing factual until we could say, where factual in our numbers, Nuri. These people could tell we anything. You know when I tell the stevedore that they not lose their job.
Yeah.
No, then they want to sign one CBA with the stevedore.
I know what you're saying. You're saying that if you not trust somebody, an extension, if you not trust your government, then everything when they say, you suspect. I understand that, and I understand that your position. I just made try point out to you that the statement where you make that the money they go in one area and should have go toward youth, I'm saying a report that I heard is that some of that money is going towards developing basketball and football in the various areas. Because you know what's happening now with football and basketball, you can't even get no real support for it. So the idea was to take that millions of dollars where they come in from the Bolida. And you know something, Rivers, about maybe 20 years ago, I had the opportunity to visit Barbados. And I found that they have a national Bolida or Lotto likewise. And all of their money goes into, I remember 3 areas that they were going into sports development, and they were also going into education and scholarships and things like that. So you can use what they call the syntax. People want to gamble. You can use that habit that we have as a country to use that money in a productive ways rather than when it was private owned. All of that money never, it was in the millions, and we never see that money because it was private.
I don't know what kills worse too. Again, the government, back in the days we remember when sports, all these black businessmen before the Chinese and American, and the politicians sell out the wholesalers retail to the Chinese and the Hindus. We had so many black shops without support sports, and they get it back through tax. That dead. Then us could support our team in the hood, they could support youths, they could support this, but they kill that. What I'm saying is hard to believe people will have one motive behind their head back where you cannot see. And I have been studying this system, and I have feared this system from a very small kid. And over the 15 to 20 years to the 25 years, I've studied everybody, the union leaders, the politicians. It's very, very hard to believe these men if we not see it personally, and we not see the sports and the youth and everything on the ground.
All right.
We not see it. Even in the country dark the night. We can't get solar panels, solar lights to light up this country. The youth, they don't have nothing to do this summer. We don't have an amusement park. We don't have one water park. We don't have nothing in this country.
Yeah.
Mr. Bill make here while the heart starve.
Right.
And enough to be so. Enough to be so. So with the revolution in this country, the cause for the resignation ASAP. And that's what I scrap out of the country. Bye.
All right, no brother. Good. It's 35 minutes now after 7 o'clock. We'll stop now for 2 cents cam with our brother Brick, and it's sponsored by Fort Point Security, and we should have our guests coming in right after this break.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV, and you know each and every Friday this is when the Belize and then get a break for get a big up. So here what you want to know. Somebody come, make we big the people them up.
I don't big up nobody.
Big up Friday, me sure you want big up.
Nobody.
Go there.
Big up my ex.
Big up Friday, who you want big up?
I big up my family, big up my friends, big up all my loved ones, far down south, Belize City, all my co-workers, big up everybody, big up on yourself.
Alright.
Big up my family, big up my loved ones, everybody talk to our thing, yeah. Big up my brother, over there, everybody.
Alright, shit.
Big up, peace,
that you big up?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sonia Jones,
yeah.
Big up yourself, man.
Alright. Big up Friday, who you want big up?
I want to big up my 2 kids at home, Jamar and Lenaya. They did a great job on their, Jamar graduated from Fort Farm and Lenaya did a great job in Infant 1. Big up.
Alright.
Big up the whole of Belize, respect, come down to the terminal deck.
Big up Friday, my friend. Big up who you want big up. Anybody?
Big up the Friday evening and big up that and the whole crew for Race Court Street. Alongside Anthony, you don't know, remix up back again.
Yeah.
Big up place you all Kana Alberts are Race Course, enough respect. Also big up myself, Red Bones.
Alright.
At Habet and Brothers Habet. Celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
El evento de fútbol más grande del mundo por fin llegó y Smart te invita a vivir toda la emoción del mundial. Antes de que empiece cada partido, predice quién se lleva la victoria. Entre más predicciones hagas, más oportunidades acumulas. Suma un punto cuando le aciertes al equipo ganador y si le atinas al marcador exacto, obtienes hasta 4 puntos. La persona con más puntos al terminar el mundial se lleva $2,500 en efectivo. Y eso no es todo. También habrá premios semanales durante toda la competencia. Además, el líder de los cuartos de final se lleva un paquete completo para armar su Watch Party. Participa directamente desde la app de Smart por solo 50 centavos por participación. Las predicciones estarán disponibles del 1 de junio al 18 de julio del 2026. No solo veas el mundial, vívelo con Smart. Smart, bring people together.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork, dedicated storage rooms. Of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity, and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
Belize, Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast, tender, juicy chicken and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
Katu's Trucking is the one place that can handle all your concrete mix needs. 50-pound sandbags, white sand, sand and gravel, river sand, black dirt, clay and landfill, washed white sand, concrete mix and limestone. We also do land clearing, road construction, and excavation. For all your building and home projects, visit us at mile 14 on the Philip Golson Highway. Call or WhatsApp at 673-1118, 671-9199, or 661-5863. We're open Mondays to Saturdays. Our prices are so good you can't get a better deal anywhere. Katu's Trucking, where we do things right.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2025 Annual General Meeting at the BEL Corporate Headquarters at 2.5 miles, Philip Golson Highway, Belize City, Belize, at 3 o'clock p.m. on Thursday, June 18th, 2026. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification such as a social security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's executive chairman or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5 o'clock p.m. on June 16, 2026. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 501-227-0954, extension 1512.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad in the month of June. Visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's.
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now, introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Right, welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and I promise you that we are going to open the phone lines at the latter part of the program. Give us about maybe half hour to talk to Dr. Medina, and then you will be able to call in, because there are a lot of little nuances, questions about this thing of mental health that a lot of us do not understand, and we have questions. I might not be able to pose the question as you would want to. So we'll give you a chance to call in and to ask your questions. Welcome again, Dr. Medina.
Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
I wanna go, if you don't mind. I wanna jump back into something that we were talking about the last time, trauma, and why it is so important to understand, particularly because you had made the statement quoted in the Amandala that trauma in Belize is everywhere. Okay, and which means that nobody is escaping the reality of trauma. But I want to go to one that is so obvious, and it is the tragedy of the little girl sitting in the car while her father was murdered, and understanding how do we work with a person who has experienced that, and how long under those circumstances how does she work through that, and how long does it normally take clinically for that to be overcome, or do you ever overcome something like that?
All right. So something important to address is that, first of all, trauma impacts the brain.
Okay.
So trauma influences how the brain will be wired. So that trauma that you're talking about is a one-time, impactful, so it's an obvious trauma, right? But the more complex is the one that everyday subtle traumas, a child who's being yelled at, not getting the affection every single day. So that's a more subtle, it's a different kind of trauma which builds up with time, right? The trauma this little girl experienced, that's a one-time impactful, which is the very similar type of trauma that war veterans experienced during war, right? Like their whole platoon was killed and they saw pieces of bodies everywhere. That's a one-time trauma, which also has a huge impact in altering the brain structure. So
what is that called again? The
PTSD.
Okay.
PTSD. But PTSD is referred to when you as an adult experience that traumatic event, like somebody point a gun at you, or somebody, women who got raped by someone, being an adult. Now, being exposed to trauma as a young little girl, 6 years old, remember the brain here is developing, right? So this is very different, because now the brain of this little girl is gonna be wired in such a way that around that trauma, that episode, so signaling to the brain that the world is not safe. It's unpredictable, because my dad got shot here right in front of my eyes, blood everywhere. Those very strong images are going to wire that little brain. So that's what we need to consider, no? If trauma happens in childhood or trauma happens in adulthood.
So now, as a child now, how does she ever overcome that initial impact?
Now you have to also, first you need to consider that, you see, we need to understand how the brain works. The left side of the brain normally has to do with language, understanding, putting things into words, right? That you have an experience and you put it into words, into sequence, right? That's the job of the left brain. Mm-hmm. Normally, as you grow older, you have better capacity of this. Now, when you experience a traumatic event, images, sounds, smell, all that is ingrained in the right side of the brain, right? So this little girl at 6 years old, all she's going to have memories, very impactful memories that the left brain is trying
to decipher and put it together.
Yeah, put it all together into words, make sense out of it, right? How do you make sense out of just someone coming to the car and shooting your dad? How are you going to make sense out of that? That's the job of the left brain, and that is very hard when images are so strong. It's very hard to do, and that's why people, even as an adult, develop PTSD. Because all they're going to experience through nightmares, flashbacks, is strong images, which brings out very strong emotions. That's all. But the left brain have a hard time interpreting that.
Yeah. So as a clinician, then, are you then, or do you all work with the left brain to try to get an understanding of the right brain, if I could use it like that?
So going back to your other question, is how long does it take? You don't know. It depends how you process it, right? There's no timeline says, okay, this person will overcome it after 3 sessions, 4 sessions, or after these 5 years, 10 years. The brain does not grasp, especially in the right side where trauma images, all that is experienced, it doesn't grasp the concept of time. So someone who went through a traumatic experience, I actually had a patient that was raped when she was 11, and she was 78 when I saw her, and she had not told anyone about this.
She was 78 years old.
Yes, 78.
Raped when she was 11.
Raped when she was 11.
And never told anybody.
Never told anybody, and her symptoms were very confusing. So I more digging, and finally she revealed that traumatic experience at 11. So as she is recounting, again, all the emotions came out because there's no time. 60 years have passed.
It's like it's still
like it was yesterday. So there's no timeline. Like when somebody says, "Oh, just time will heal," when you refer to trauma, there's no such thing that time will heal those wounds. It doesn't work that way.
So is there any healing then for for post-traumatic stress disorder?
Yes, there is. There are many things that you could do. One of the strongest things that determines how a brain will be impacted is relationships. The more safe relationships you have, the better chances you have not developing PTSD. And if you develop PTSD, your recovery depends on how many good relationships you have. If you have community support, if you have very good friends, you have a very strong bond. All those things are important. Besides, of course, therapy and treatment and all of that, right? But relationship is actually the foundation, the most important, because...
So is that relationship you refer to actual, is it with a physical or is it with a spiritual? Where's that relationship?
All kinds of relationships.
Because some people we know nowadays, it doesn't happen too much in Belize, but we know some people have very strong affection to their pet, an animal, that is their therapy, to be with that animal and what they get from that animal, much more so than the emotions of a human being that can change so much. So is that also therapeutic?
You have to understand first is that attachment, connection is at the core of a human being, right? So from the baby is born and feels the warmth of her mother, feels the love of her mother, right? The protection of her mother. It gives that baby the sense of, I am secure in this world. I am loved in this world. That by itself is health for the brain. The brain wires in such a way that this is going to be a healthy adult if he continues like that, right? But you have to understand this, the baby, the security the baby feels, that's powerful. And just to give you an idea how attachment is so important, right? In the 50s, in the United States, when there were a lot of orphans being taken care of, and they feed them, everything is just their nutrition, everything is proper, but they were not holding the babies. They were not loving the babies, and the baby starts to die. And doctors do not understand, these babies are healthy physically, right? Why this baby is dying? So that tells you that attachment, bonding is so important that it's essential to life.
Wow. So you're really saying then that, because you've got me thinking here about the punishment used in war, but even in our penal system here of isolation.
That's the worst
and
thing
putting
you
a
can
person in lockup.
That's the worst thing you can do to a human being.
That's a torture to a person to not be able to
Exactly.
relate.
Exactly. That's the worst. And if you...
if that is the worst, then why is it still not made illegal in our legal system?
Because that's what I was telling you in the last time we met, is that we are not a trauma-informed society. The trauma is everywhere. We keep re-traumatizing people. The teacher keeps re-traumatizing the student. The parent keeps re-traumatizing their child because they don't understand how trauma works. It's generational, and we receive trauma and we give back trauma, and then it goes from generation to generation. That's the sad story.
Yeah, but Doc, what you're telling us really is that, and I said this in the introduction, we tend to look at people on the street and, we say these people are crazy. We say, this person did a thing and that act is considered insane. But what you sung as though you're saying is that all of us sort of live in this bubble of trauma and re-traumatizing each other and holding on to our own trauma, and then because of the way we behave, we're spreading it to the child. The child picks it up, they spread it, and it continues to perpetuate itself. So where are we there? Is it then that we are an unhealthy society, generally speaking?
Let's look at the normal physiology first. So from there we can explain the abnormal, right?
Okay, good.
Let's understand what is normal. So again, let's go back to that child who receives all love, all the connection from mom, dad, family. So now imagine this child receiving a lot of love, right? A lot of predictability. The rules are clear. There's no unpredictable yelling or unpredictable, lashing back, hitting them, anything. This child just feels safe and loved during childhood, and then as growing as an adult. What do you expect now that this child has received the love and the connection, right? The protection that protecting that brain. So that brain gets to adulthood and it's a healthy brain. So how does this healthy adult looks like? Okay, first of all, this adult subconsciously is going to know that the world is a safe place. Even though intellectually understanding that, there's a lot of killing out there, there's unsafety, but inside world will not feel unsafe. You feel safety, you feel that if you're careful, but you feel safe all the time, right? That's one.
Yeah.
The second one is that people are trustworthy. That means that if you design someone being trustworthy, you trust them, you form long-term relationships, right? Are very healthy, has very good boundaries. You're able to receive love, you're able to give love, you're able to give kindness, right? That's what it looks like. And now this person is open to learn, to be curious about the world, and then to fulfill his needs or her needs about who he or she wants to be, right? And the world becomes opportunities, and his or her inside world becomes this sense of pleasure, fulfilling interaction, spiritually super inclined to be fulfilled too. So it affects that person spiritually, psychologically, and physically. Physically, the person will take care of her body, his body. That means that probably will not put junk into their bodies because he feels this tremendous love inside. So this person will take care of her body, right? Do healthy things, will not intoxicate herself with alcohol or do drugs simply because he has this constant love about herself, right?
Yeah, right.
So you see physically healthy, psychologically healthy, healthy relationships, spiritually inclined, and most likely a person adult who is fulfilled. That's what the normal is.
So that means then there are a lot of us that are not normal.
Yeah.
Because how could we
healthy,
go through...
let's use the word healthy, not normal. Yeah, I don't like really using
normal
maybe.
Healthy. All right.
Healthy brain, right? A healthy brain, that's what it looks like.
But what I'm saying is if we did it by percentage, there are a lot of us that are not 100% healthy.
Yeah.
There are a lot of us that are impacted just by the ideal that you showed just now. Many of us don't have that ideal. Different parts of the life might be pacific like that, but a lot of the world that we live is a mixture of trauma.
Yeah.
It's a mixture of disappointments. It's a mixture of you do me bad and I feel bad about that. And I still feel normal. I feel like I could overcome it and move on. So what is the difference between the person who has difficulty overcoming it and therefore go into some area that is described as abnormal?
Okay, so one of the things that we need to understand too is that doesn't mean that the child had a perfect environment or the child had a perfect childhood. It doesn't mean that to be healthy, to have a healthy brain. What it means that if the child had some infliction of pain, so let's suppose that I'm in a bad mood and I yell at my daughter, and then my daughter feels hurt, right? You could say that was trauma, not necessarily. I go there and I realize, okay, I was a jerk. I had a bad day and I took it on her. Okay, and I go to her, talk to her and say, you know what, I'm really sorry. My behavior was not right. Okay, and I truly apologize to you, right? I'm really sorry. I work my best not to do these things again. So right there, we had a moment of repair. So this child will not be traumatized simply because I was accountable. I acknowledged that it was me in the wrong and there's nothing going on with you. But what happens with the childhood who constantly receives threats or you know, I'm gonna punch you in your eye or you're stupid, or there's no accountability from the adult. The adult never says, daughter, son, I'm sorry, that was bad of me to say these things, I'm sorry. There's no accountability. So the child now, her perception is more like something is wrong with me because my parent, my mom, who's supposed to love me, she doesn't, right? The child interprets that he is not being loved. So that means something is wrong with me, right? Or something is wrong with the world and something is wrong with me. Because then he goes to school, the teacher yells at him too. So he feels like, man, school, mom, my family, man, the world's just messy. I can't trust the world. So that can develop, or he can develop, or both. But the other one is what I said, right? That I can feel that something is wrong with me because people seems that they don't like me, especially when there's comparison, that the sibling is being treated better. So there must be something wrong with me because my siblings getting the love, I'm not. So something definitely wrong with me. So that is what trauma. Now I'm going to filter everything else. Now as an adult, I'm going to filter that concept. So when someone is trying to show me kindness, I distrust.
You don't trust that.
Go ahead and say, he probably wants something, but nobody is kind to you just like that, right? So you have a distrustful adult now, you're a healthy adult. So, yeah, so that's an important thing to understand, right? That repair is one of the most important things, and that repair is constant because we always make mistakes as parents, as friends. So if you have a friend and you made a mistake, you immediately go and apologize, say, I'm really sorry, that was bad of me, So accountability becomes one of the most important things in relationships. And relationships are one of the most important things to have a healthy brain. Even as an adult, you need healthy relationships.
Incredible. You know what's funny, and we're going to take a break now, but in another world, what you're saying really sounds very spiritual. Treating each other right, asking for forgiveness, which is like turning the other cheek, not being hostile.
Yes.
It sounds like practicing Christianity, practicing religion.
Yes.
And it shows that we don't do that. We are calling ourselves religious, but we're not behaving with the rules of religion.
Yes.
It's very rare for me to offend you and then come back and say, I'm sorry. because my whole inside of, maybe according to your description, how I grew up, sorry no in it.
Yes.
It's more like, what happened to you? Get over that, man. This is the real world, man. What's wrong with you? We don't got time for you, boy.
Exactly.
So we're re-traumatizing each other, even the culture that we have. We'll talk more on that when we come back. Our guest is Dr. Medina, and we'll open the phone lines when we come back so that we could engage and have you in the conversation. We'll be back.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork, dedicated storage rooms. Of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create like more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity, and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
So do you think we got a deal?
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you. It's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing just ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank does make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Get ready, Belize! Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Oh, well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast. Tender, juicy chicken and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
At Habet and Brothers Habet, celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
Member owners of St. John's Credit Union Limited, mark your calendars. Join us for the 80th Annual General Meeting on Saturday, June 13, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's all happening at St. Catherine Academy's Mercy Center Auditorium on Marine Parade Boulevard, Belize City. Your voice matters. Come take part in the discussion on our transformation, member benefits, and plans. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Come out, cast your vote, and help shape your credit union's future. Plus, get ready to win prizes throughout the event. For 80 years, St. John's Credit Union has stood with its member owners. Now, we look ahead to the next chapter. Together, you're more than a number. You're a member owner. St. John's Credit Union Limited. Safe saving, smart borrowing.
as we promised, we'd open the phone lines now. With so much more to discuss, but we want to give you an opportunity because you might also have some questions in regards to what we're discussing this morning. Doctor, I know we're going to go into other things, but I said yesterday that we're going to ask you about bipolar because we hear about it. We know that there are people who are affected by this condition, but I don't think we understand it completely because we know about schizophrenia, but you know, so we're going to ask you about bipolar. Sure. Yeah, welcome, caller.
Brother Nuri?
Yes, Mr. Collymore. How are you,
Good morning,
brother?
sir.
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been listening to your show, and I want to ask a question. Is this doctor from Cuba?
No.
Wow.
Huh?
No. You know,
Okay.
no, this doctor is from right here.
Okay, well, I just asked because...
Wait. He was born in Nicaragua, but he lived, I believe, for such a long period of time.
Listen to me. The reason why I asked is because yesterday I watched the news and I heard the charge there of affairs say, we're going to get rid of it. Now, I never heard she said she has sent somebody to replace it, so we must just follow for the thing. Anyway, that's not the reason why I called.
All right.
Doc, I heard you this morning. I heard you about trauma. And when you say if you scream at your children, well, Doc, I will tell you this. I don't know if something is wrong with me because I don't apologize. I never apologize. If I am angry, if you get me angered, I will never tell you I'm sorry. Because after you say these things, it don't matter if you sit down for a year, tell me you're sorry every second. I still hurt. You could have not said those things. So I don't subscribe to, I'm sorry for where I said, If you press that red button that says do not press the red button, you gotta take what you get after that because you press the red button. And if you press it, don't expect me to come back and say, I'm sorry. My choice of words was what I felt at the moment. And I'm sorry you feel this way. You know what is wrong with us, Doc? We're raising a bunch of sensitive little kids today. Children. Man, Doc, when I'm in the go up, I get beat. I look at my mom beat me. Tell you someone beat you till I can't find you. And not one day I feel traumatized by that. As a matter of fact, Doc, last week there was somebody in a store, a Chinese man was beating up a kid. And if you heard the comments these ladies had, make that a my picnic. Listen, man, listen. I understand certain things better where people do need help with. But Doc, I can't sit back 25 years later and tell myself that I'm traumatized because I used to be teased in school. That time we didn't call it bullying, we call it tease. And I want to tell you something, Doc. When women go up, you get teased for every single thing. If your hair get cut, you get teased for it. If you get a new pants, you get teased for it. If you had an old one, you get teased. We're teased. That's what made us strong. That's what made us who we are today. Because we had to toughen up. We had to say, you know what? Look at today we got a bunch of, I do not know what the future is going to look like. If everybody's so sensitive, I'm sorry, you hurt my feelings. Well, man, your feelings up. You understand me? No, man. I do agree. I do agree that certain things where I think some children gone through some horrible things, and I do agree that they can be traumatized for it. But don't come and tell me you traumatized because I lash you because you stole something. Boy, you might just get one next trauma right there and then. And we have trauma, Nuri. We get stolen with whatever we parents found. We got watch out. There are children to them and come on. This is the worst generation. Yeah. They don't know what it is to be traumatized. You know what trauma they get? when they have no internet. That's trauma. That's the only trauma they know.
All right, Colin,
Anyway,
let me get him to respond. That's a powerful comment right there, my brother, and
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
reality.
We need to toughen up our skin, man.
All
we
right.
need to, yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks, Collymore. Are we too soft? That's what he's saying. Are we too soft?
What's his name?
Collymore.
Collymore, okay.
Yeah, Collymore.
Okay, so Mr. Collymore, okay, I think I'm glad that you brought this up, and the way you express it with so much passion is because, yes, this is a mentality. When I go to teach about these things, that's the main comment that I hear over and over. And a lot of people defend that yelling and hitting your kids for discipline, it's okay. And then they said something that Mr. Culliver said, which, you know, I can't say I was traumatized, nothing is wrong with me. So this is what I hear a lot. Yeah, nothing is wrong with me, I turn out okay. So when you are within a trauma brain already, you are not aware that you have been traumatized. And it's very hard to actually say that you were traumatized, because you have a sense like, this is me being weak, this is me putting myself as a victim, and it's not about putting yourself as a victim. For my own growth, I had to acknowledge why I was traumatized, and this is what allowed me to heal, right? This is very important to first recognize. So this is the main thing, that he himself here does not recognize why this is traumatic, because it has been normalized, right? That's the main thing to understand. It has been normalized. So once it's normalized, you're in this bubble, you cannot see where this is trauma. You cannot see it.
Let me ask you, and this is also an important way of looking at our situation. There has been a regime change in psychological perceptions, clearly, that the way that we used to look at, say, child rearing, for example. We looked at child rearing in the old days, and some people say it's biblical, that to spare the rod and spoil the child was etched in our mind as the behavior to make it better for that child down the road. So if I don't bend that child, and in that language, bending the child also meant physically making the child behave and do what I tell it to do, and I might be rough because I inherited that roughness from the previous generation, but it was all good, if I could say, and it was motivated by good. And even though it was violently done, it was done with the objective of good. All right, so I'm not just a crazy parent going to take machete and chop her and make it bleed. No. It was violently done, because slap on. And I chase her around the house because I thief that thing from Mr. John, and I don't want to thief again, because not only is that an insult to the family, but I don't want to end up in jail. So I beat her. And so that, in modern terminology, the dynamics and the very diagnostic of that has changed. That is no longer looked at as if they try to save the child, but it's now looked at with this modern psychological paradigm that in fact you're traumatizing the child. Yet Collymore, who went through that, is telling you, I am not traumatized. And then you are saying now, trauma now has its own definition, that once you are traumatized, then that normalcy of your trauma makes you accept what abuse, or physical, and I'm calling it abuse, what method of discipline you may have had when you were young. So help us, you see how
I want to address something though.
All right.
Okay, so Culliver talked about the, pushing your buttons, right? If it's someone is pushing your buttons. So that's again, as one of the symptoms of trauma. So my question is to you, do you think you can tell me something, to me, you can tell me something that can make me angry? Do you believe that?
That Nuri can tell Mike
You tell
something.
me something offensive according to you,
Yeah.
or me. Do you think that you can make me angry?
I think if you're asking Nuri, I think if I am angry and I can find something that I know will make you angry, I can say something to make you angry. But I don't.
So you're saying that you're trying to push the button that you know it will make me angry?
Yes,
Okay.
if I know the button.
Okay.
But it could be that I'm dealing with a highly spiritual man.
Okay, so what does that...
And no matter what I say to him, it doesn't push any kind of button and he doesn't react. That's the Jesus character,
Correct.
that you can say what you want to
There's no
Jesus,
buttons.
and Jesus wants to say, no,
There's no
that's
button.
not my reaction.
So why does the button exist in the first place? It's because of trauma. So that means if I was raised with, now I have a healthy brain, no one can make me angry.
So
right?
can I go through what Collymore and most of us have gone through and decide somewhere along the road to discipline myself so that you can't push no buttons in on me?
Exactly. So, and that shows character, because if anybody can say something and you can say, you know what, that's not nice what you're saying, and it shows self-control, doesn't that show more character than you telling me any little word and then I get angry again?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make me look like I am someone that you can manipulate? Because you will know exactly the word to say, you will push that button, and I will just react. So that's one of the symptoms of trauma.
So what
Simple
you're
as
saying,
that.
what you're saying really is what the manipulators in society do.
Exactly.
They recognize that on the south side, these are the traumas.
Exactly.
If I want to keep those traumas going, let me keep sending these signals to that group of people, because I know when they get those traumas, whether through Facebook or through this, if I keep the environment in that,
easily manipulated.
then they're always in that state
Easily
of trauma.
manipulated. So if you know over and over what to tell me and then I get angry all over again, you easily manipulated. And that the reason you're easily manipulated because your trauma, your brain has exposed to trauma. You have a traumatized brain, but you cannot conceive that that's trauma. And one of the reasons that it's hard for people to say that they were traumatized by their parents is because that means that their parents did wrong. And as a society, that's too painful that to acknowledge that my parent did wrong to me, lied to me or lied me for this reason, and that is too painful to accept that the parent who's supposed to love me did very abusive behaviors, right, to me.
So, and we're going to open the phone. The phone lines are open, but we're going to make this question to the doctor, have this break, and then we'll come back and open it again. But, for example, you spoke about an environment of trauma. You spoke about trauma that can be repeated over a long period of time so that it can also become collective. Are you saying then that reggae music, for example, that constantly remind us of oppression, constantly tell us what the system they do to it, is constantly reinforcing the Babylon system, as we call it. It's constantly telling us about them police will do this and that, and we put it in a song and in a music and we hear it, and we're constantly pumping that idea in our mind. We are locked in a collective trauma.
Not necessarily, because those social content like that, where you protest against violence, that's different, because you are acknowledging that that's not right. That's not right for a police to beat you up.
Okay.
That's not right for the government to continue oppressing you. You acknowledge that those behaviors are not right, and this is a good start.
So that's a good trauma then?
No, not necessarily. Because
all right, let me get the call here. Welcome, caller. Go ahead.
Yes, morning. I only got a short time.
Yeah.
Could you hear me? Could you hear me?
I'm hearing you good.
Yes. They got certain people where intentionally mess with people's mind, and it sometimes it's dangerous to mess with people's mind that are already traumatized, and the result that you get will be an ugly one, because it's not good to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
What
guess
is the
he's saying-
question?
He didn't have a question. He's making a point. Maybe he's running out of credit. Let's take the next break and we'll come back. We'll keep the phone lines open. Very interesting conversation with Dr. Michael Medina.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's. Benny's, Benny's.
We're here to commemorate the start of the construction of a STEAM pavilion.
It will be a place where students will be able to explore engineering, science, technology, arts, mathematics. A place where curiosity is encouraged, where ideas are truly put to the test.
This pavilion will feature state-of-the-art learning zones, including a fully equipped science laboratory for real-world experimentation, a modern recording studio to unleash creative and digital expression, an innovative maker space to encourage invention and prototyping, a collaborative learning street designed to foster spontaneous discussion and teamwork, dedicated storage rooms. Of course, we have quite a bit to do, so where will we put it? And facilities integrated with mechanical and electrical rooms to seamlessly support operations.
This new addition to our school will create like more opportunities for us to conduct more experiments and those fun stuff like that.
I believe that this team project will help students to be able to put their skills to the test.
I am excited for this opportunity and I'm pretty sure that it will benefit my colleagues and also myself.
These STEAM pavilions are an expansion from our investment that we made through the ITSAT STEAM Academy in Belize City. These pavilions will be expanded, one in each district across the country, and this is just the beginning.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, and we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican link-up. The Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican link-up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by
Get ready, Belize! Crab Radio is firing up the grill once again for another fundraiser barbecue special.
Well, well, well.
Join us Friday, June 19th for a mouth-watering feast, tender, juicy chicken, and smoky Italian sausages, all grilled to perfection, with the perfect sides of red beans, coleslaw, and tortillas.
Outstanding!
It's more than just delicious food. It's a community event, all while supporting Creme Radio. Every bite helps us keep bringing you the voices, the vibes, and the culture you love.
You got that right.
Barbecue chicken plates, $12. Chicken and Italian sausage combo, $16. Barbecues available from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. 3304 Amandala Drive. Don't be left out. Call and pre-order your tickets at 280-4469 or link your favorite Creme Radio personality. Bring your family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. It's another Creme Radio fundraiser barbecue where flavor meets purpose. Don't miss it.
Creme Radio 96.5.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Bomb City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today? I'm so stressed out. Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay. Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Our guest, Dr. Medina, a psychologist. He's been giving us some advice, really, that is kind of hard to get. We are dealing with varying levels of mental health in our country. It is not all people that we see outside punching down people or people that are so out of it that they have to be institutionalized. But there are a lot of behavioral issues between us in the so-called normalcy that we sometimes don't understand, and one of them is trauma. I'm not sure that you gave enough explanation of this phenomena that we call bipolar.
Oh, sure.
Can you slow it down and give us an idea why people go from one extreme to the other?
Okay, so I think that's a little hard, because I think most in society right now, people call a person bipolar if they have mood swings, right? And that's not really bipolar. Now, it could be one of the symptoms, it's possible. But most likely people that go from 0 to 100 is because of trauma. Again, bipolar is more of extremes of mood that people experience. So let's say I go through depression for months, and then after that I swing back to mania.
Being happy and
mania, being happy, being productive, not sleeping much. You know, maybe I become more pleasure-oriented through gambling or being promiscuous, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So you have periods, and this period could last a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Many, and then you go back again to depression. So you go into this too, but it's not like you're good right now, and I say something to you, boom, you go to 100, you get angry. That's what people confuse. Oh, this
So that's
bipolar.
That's not bipolar. All
That's
right.
most likely trauma.
I want more of that. Welcome, caller.
Doctor, good morning, Nuri. I
Good morning.
didn't get Doctor's surname.
Yes.
This is Sandra Coy. A quick observation, Doc. You might want to explain to the listeners that memory, human memory, and not only humans have memory, all animals have memory, but of course, dependent on their cerebral development, it will be more or less advanced on that matter. And that memory exists for survival.
Yes.
So when you've had a bad experience, let's take ants. Ants release a chemical when they come in to meet up with an opponent or an opposition. And then they move on, and the next set of ants come, and when they reach that place where those first ants were, they smell the chemical and they move away from that area, avoid it for survival. But memory exists for survival. However, if all you do is spend your whole life being frightened, then imagine what that does to the memory center, the amygdala, the area where bad memory, traumatic memories are stored. I think you might want to explain that, Doc, and explain that the storage of those memories, while they have a negative, they have a positive, that it's in the brain is actually structured.
Yes.
And when you raise a child or a human being, they carry the memories forward unbeknownst to them. Sometimes you don't even know you have the memory, but the memory has been stored like a video in your brain, and then when you run into a new threat, it emerges. And if you constantly are under threat, then all you're releasing are the chemicals that deal with threats and not the chemicals that deal with positive living. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Very good. I really appreciate that, because that's what I'm saying. When you're trauma informed, like she is, okay, then you have more of a frame to make better decisions, because you have this in mind, right? Now, I think it would be good if we can put it the picture so I could explain quickly.
Can we pull up some of the diagram, Christy? Yeah.
Let's explain trauma and the brain, right? And then we want to talk a little bit about...
Which one you want? Yeah.
The first one.
Okay. Can you big that up?
The first one.
The other one?
Yeah, the other one.
The other one, Christy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what the caller was talking about, the amygdala and having the emotional, this is what the emotional memories are, right? Okay, so we have the amygdala there. That's the yellow. I think you can see it very well, right?
Yeah.
We have.
They are seeing it better than we're seeing it.
So we have a threat, which we put a spider there, but actually a threat could be someone saying something or a visual, or it could be words too, right? Okay, so once we have this perception, then normally there is the information is processed.
Yeah, turn it down.
Doc, while you're doing the explanation, it might be good to point out that the human brain is evolutionary. That the structures we have now, our human structures, the frontal, the lobe, those are piled on to more ancient structures, but the ancient structures still function. Bye-bye.
All right,
thank you.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead,
All right.
please.
So let's look at the three parts of the brain that we need to consider, right? Like she was saying, the primitive side of the brain, so that's the back of your brain, right? In a little above your head, right? That's the primitive, what we call also reptile brain. This is where in charge of your breathing, is in charge of, that's why your heartbeat's still beating when you go to sleep, right? And then you're still breathing when you go to sleep. It's because of that back of the brain. Then we have the middle of the brain, so what we call limbic system. This is where the emotions are. So this is where the amygdala is, which stores the emotional memory. And then we have what we call the prefrontal cortex. This is the frontal aspect of your brain. So this frontal aspect of your brain is in charge of making decisions, analyzing things, right? So when a child goes through a lot of trauma, this prefrontal gets decreases. And that's why children, the more traumatized they have a hard time making decisions or good judgment. It's because they have the prefrontal reduced. And then people that get angry easily go from 0 to 100 is because this limbic system, that's where the problem is, the dysfunction, right? So let's explain how understanding PTSD works. So you have the perception of the danger, as I'm saying, could be words. So it goes through the sensory system, it goes through the thalamus, goes straight to the amygdala, and that's why the person reacts. So if I say something to you, and you, that's what he calls press a button, right? So if I say something to you, immediately you get angry, it's because that went straight from the words, what the thalamus interpreted according to how you were conditioned as a youngster, and then the amygdala gets triggered and it releases the adrenaline, it releases cortisol, which then you get extremely angry. Your whole body goes into threat mode, or you freeze, because some people might freeze when also exposed to danger, right? Or you may just run away, right? Flight, which can also be perceived as dissociation, like your mind can go somewhere else, right? So these three types of reaction is when the amygdala gets triggered. Now, what happens in a healthy brain, a child who was not traumatized, is different. You see, the child goes first to sensory, the eye catches, or simply the words, goes to the thalamus, then it goes to the prefrontal, which now analyzes what you're saying, right? So if you're telling me something offensive, and then goes to my thalamus, go to my prefrontal cortex, so I'm analyzing, okay, Mr. Nuri probably had a bad day.
This is the normal person going, analyzing this.
Yeah, probably Mr. Nuri had a bad day and that's why he's angry, and now he wants to take it on me. So I am processing this through my prefrontal cortex. So my amygdala doesn't get triggered. So I don't get angry. I just calmly says, listen, just calm down. We'll talk on the next day or whatever. So you see my prefrontal. So this is what we call emotional regulation. When your prefrontal cortex, you're able to access your prefrontal cortex. So people, when there is a trigger and they get immediately anger, they bypass the prefrontal. They go straight into this, what we call the low road, right? It goes straight to the amygdala. The prefrontal cortex never play a role, right? And then we have the high road, which is a person who is more mature, right? The brain who is healthier, which it will analyze the situation and then it will create a response. It will not just go boom directly to the amygdala. Okay, so these are systems that we share with other mammals. The primitive brain with the reptiles, but the middle brain, the limbic system, we share with the mammals. So it's called also the mammalian brain. So the human brain is the prefrontal cortex. That's what makes us human. We only share that a little bit with monkeys, right? But the human is the one that has it more developed.
All right, I'm going to stop you there. We got a final break there? let's take that final break, and then when we come back, Doc, I want to turn all of this into a spiritual conversation. I'm not saying a religious conversation, but a spiritual conversation. You'll share with us your book there, which it says, When Prayer Feels Empty, which is one of your many books. And we'll end the conversation by looking at how a spiritual consciousness can help us to navigate the issues of life and avoid us becoming traumatized. All right, when we come back.
El evento de fútbol más grande del mundo por fin llegó y Smart te invita a vivir toda la emoción del mundial. Antes de que empiece cada partido, predice quién se lleva la victoria. Entre más predicciones hagas, más oportunidades acumulas. Suma un punto cuando le aciertes al equipo ganador y si le atinas al marcador exacto, obtienes hasta 4 puntos. La persona con más puntos al terminar el mundial se lleva $2,500 en efectivo. Y eso no es todo. También habrá premios semanales durante toda la competencia. Además, el líder de los cuartos de final se lleva un paquete completo para armar su Watch Party. Participa directamente desde la app de Smart por solo 50 centavos por participación. Las predicciones estarán disponibles del 1 de junio al 18 de julio del 2026. No solo veas el mundial, vívelo con Smart. Smart, bring people together.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by
at Habet and Brothers Habet. Celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
take this time to thank Dr. Michael Medina for being with us and sharing with us in this real classroom type way some of these concepts that the ordinary of us have problems understanding and being able to process. And the reason why we asked Dr. Medina, who is not just a psychologist, he's a trained medical doctor, by the way. He's a medical doctor that has this deep training in psychology. So he's both. And so he's able to simplify concepts and ideas that is always bouncing around that we're not able to process. So I thank him for doing this. And I recognize that we cannot completely understand these ideas in 1 or 2 programs. And that's why this is his second time and not his only time coming here to make these concepts clear. But Doctor, one of the areas that you have specialized in is this spiritual dimension, and why we tend to want to solve our problems medically, and which oftentimes means that we're only dealing with the material aspect of our life, where much of these issues, particularly in the area of trauma, has a lot to do with what's going on inside. But very rarely do we use the spiritual medicines or the spiritual paradigms to approach our problems. We tend to believe that we have to go to church or we have to go to the masjid in order to get that, rather than understanding that there is a spiritual approach to life that can accompany our going to church and masjid, and we can understand that for ourselves. And you have dealt with that. One of your books is When Prayer Feels Empty, when a person is praying and not really seeing any kind of relief from some of the trauma that he or she is going through. So I want to end the program today not only recommending your book, which is available on Amazon, but in an easy way how that approach can also be healthy and can lead to dealing with some of our issues, mental issues.
So one of the things is that we need to understand that trauma is the blockage for a spiritual life. Okay? Just like when you eat food, right? For you to be able to digest food, if there is a blockage there, you're not going to process that food properly. So very similar, trauma to me, my understanding, as in my personal opinion, is that trauma is the main blockage, the main obstacle for a person to achieve that spiritual dimension. So naturally, my belief is that when we're born, we are born with this natural bond towards God, right? It's in our core, it's in our nature. But trauma gets on the way, and then we take a different path away from spirituality. So let's look at this as, let's say someone who is materialistic and it's about success, it's only about money, spiritual life is dead. Even though his belief system, I say, oh, I believe in God, but this is just the rational aspect. But deep down, the emotional aspect, there's no, in his heart, there's no God. It's just in his head. And the reason for that is that he wants, craving this success is because the trauma in his childhood, he felt he was not worthy. He never received the proper love, the proper validation. So now when he's an adult, he's seeking validation through success. So let's say I'm a big time doctor, I'm so arrogant, and I have money, I have prestige, because that's what gives me validation. And the reason I look for that is simply because I don't know how to get in touch with my spiritual self, right? Because if you compare a spiritual life, a spiritual dimension compared to materialistic, it's just like you making you choose between, okay, what do you want? Do you want a little candy, or you want the most nutritious food ever, right? So this is the comparison where the material life is nothing. So if you have experienced a spiritual life, the physical life is like nothing. So you don't have to force somebody, says, don't do this, don't do that, you know. That's why it's funny for me when you go into a religious church and say, oh, you don't smoke, you don't do this, you don't do that. You don't need a lot of rules. Once you go into that spiritual dimension, you won't do these things. You won't go and have a sex addiction because then I have to sleep with so many women to prove that I'm a man. You won't need that once you're in the spiritual life, because then the spiritual life is so much pleasurable that the physical is like nothing, right? So the obstacle, then let's go back again. The obstacle for reaching that spiritual dimension is trauma. That's in a nutshell. So how did this happen? Okay, let's say I become religious now. I pray. Now I pray from my head, right? But there is this blockage, there's a lot of pain in me, there's a lot of trauma in me that I don't have access to that spiritual life. It's just my head, right? I just have this set of beliefs. My body is not involved, my emotional being is not involved in my spiritual, in my beliefs. It's just a belief system that I have about what I believe, and then I will protect that against others. So that's why there's a lot of fights between religions, that, oh, my religion is the best, what I believe is the best. Simply because it's the fight of ideas, right? There's no the spiritual dimension. I always believe that when you enter into this spiritual dimension, there's no conflict. So I always imagine Jesus Christ with the Buddha, with Muhammad, with all of these spiritual beings, they won't have any conflict. They won't say, oh no, my religion is better than yours. They will just live in harmony and love. They will share beautiful conversation and affection. That will happen, right? It's us, because we're full of traumas, that we are not able to access this spiritual dimension.
Very good way to put that. Very good way to end the program today. What you're really saying is that the Jesus that we hold so highly in Christianity, the Buddha that we hold so high in Buddhism, the Muhammad that we hold so high in Islam, if we were to see them together, because they all believe in the same God, they would be having lunch together and having a good conversation. Whereas we down here believe that if I am a Christian, I can't like you because you're a Muslim. If I'm a Muslim, I can't like you because you're a Christian, and vice versa. We go through these. So if we were to have a good, normal understanding of spirituality, we would not get into these unnecessary conflicts, which are really trauma-based conflicts. That's why I, from my understanding of Christianity, I can't like you as a Muslim. From my understanding of Islam, I can't like you as a Christian. So we have really, we've traumatized our religion. Yes. We've traumatized our faith. But if we go to spirituality, we are at a higher level that will not permit us to get into pettiness with another person's religious belief. So we'll end that at there. I know there's so much more we can do with that, but I'll end it there and just say that we'll invite you to come back one more time and to have another level of our conversation. Can you take a minute and tell us about, show it and then tell us about our book? Can we, are we able to get that, Vicky? Vicky, no. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so this book is an inspiration of me working for so many years in my practice, and I have encountered that in Christianity, people have faith, but they don't have access to this great resource, which is prayer. Normally, they approach prayer as a way of asking for favors, right, from God, and that's about it, right? That's what my prayers are. Please heal me this, or please give me this, but they don't understand that prayer is communion, that prayer is a moment, a shared moment of connection, right? Which is intrinsic in us, right? We explained in the beginning that we are beings that we bond. We are born to bond, to connect. And this is what we do with God. We connect to that spiritual level. So the book addresses the obstacles. So it's a blend of trauma knowledge with practices that allows you to free yourself from these traumas in order for you to reach a higher level of prayer, which is connection with God. That connection, when you achieve that, you can achieve everything else. You know, you have better health, you have better success in what you do, and you feel more fulfilled in your life of what you do. If you pray properly, right, which is that creating that bond, that trusting relationship with God, right? You build that trust through prayer, and that everything else will fall in place.
Yes.
That you don't need to ask, give me this. You know, you as a if you have your son asking you for, oh Dad, can you give me this? Can you lend me that? And you will tell your son, listen, son, I provided you with all the resources. You can do it yourself. Right? All I can give you now is my love, my connection, listening to you, but I give you everything already. Why you keep asking me like you're a beggar, like you have nothing, right? So sometimes as Christians, we are asking God for this, and like if we were beggars. Well, we have to understand that we are divine creation. We are not beggars. We are God's kids. We have so many resources to us that we are not even aware of. And so trauma is that blockage that doesn't allow you to see these resources, and it doesn't allow you to see that you're a divine creation. It doesn't allow you. It puts this block in you. Right?
Yes. Well,
that's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, it's a good way. As the dub poet Mutabaruka says, it's strange to ask God to give us this day our daily bread when He gives us so much that we can produce our own bread. Anyway, we'll end at that point. And we thank our brother and sister at, and I guess that every Friday they must expect me to always say I apologize for taking a few minutes over our program. But I want to thank Dr. Medina for gracing us once again. And we hope that we'll be able to bring him back to delve even deeper into, because you can't go anywhere beyond the mind and the spirit. Those are the most important, even before the body. So we'll ask him to come back again and to spend some time with us. In the meantime, we want to thank Anthony Grant downstairs in simulcast. Upstairs we had Christy Flowers as our MCO. Of course, Mr. Christian Lewis, as usual, is the man in the background. But most important, it is you who joins us every weekday morning here on WUB. So we hope again that you will join Most High on Monday morning, that we can continue this most important conversation in our country, Belize. Indeed, we'll ask you to stand strong and to stand firm and to remember it's a spiritual thing. Do the right thing. For now, we're gone!
Pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Double your bed. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na.